Hello, Scorpio. Welcome to your reading with me, Cindy. Scorpio, we're going to ask what animal totem is surrounding you right now. What animal totem surrounds you, Scorpio? I'm going to do it with the Divine Animals Oracle deck. We're going to specifically ask, what is the animal? What is it protecting you from? What is it guarding? What is it guiding you towards? Maybe you have extra protection energy there. What is it guiding you towards? And what power is it providing to you at this time? We're going to start with this deck, and then we're going to get into the Wild Unknown Animal Tarot deck. Scorpio, Animal Totem for Scorpicinos. Ooh, the Sacred Ibis, learning. Acquiring wisdom. It takes time. Everyone has wisdom inside them. Not everyone chooses to use it. This is true. Be patient as you learn. Interesting. So I want to say you're on a path to learning something here, right? This is the animal that is around you. It is the Sacred Ibis. I feel like it also gives access to very sacred and esoteric information. So for some of you, you could be on the cusp of entering a whole new realm of information for yourself here as well. We have like the number 22. That could be very relevant to some of you. Well, it could be a life path or life path number 2 or number 4. Sacred. It feels like sacred learning too. You know, okay, here's the other thing. You could be on a path here and you're learning a lot while you're on that path. And there could be someone around you who's not learning anything at all on that path. Like, you know, if you and a friend or someone else in your life, you know, you've been through similar situations. You've kind of like, you know what, I've learned from that. I understand what the best course of action is for me, or, you know what, it's better maybe just to sit back and not take any action in this situation. But right, because not everyone, where was it? Everyone has wisdom inside them. Not everyone chooses to use it. So that's what I'm feeling like. Somebody here is not learning the lesson, you know, but you are. Could also be on, like for some of you, you could be about to go down a road here, or you're going to open up some sort of, I'm going to call it like a portal, right? It's like a portal of information. It could be a rabbit hole of some sort for you as well. Maybe you've been going down some type of exploration, and maybe you've been doing that with another person. Somebody else decided, like, you know, I'm not going to do it anymore. I'm not going to do it anymore. But you're like, no, I'm going to go deeper. I'm going to go deeper. I'm going to learn more here. That's very interesting. Okay. What is it protecting you from? Cycles. Is protecting you from cycles. Live like the cycles of nature and you will rarely be disappointed. Seek balance. Plants cannot blossom all of the time. Be patient. Well, see, okay, patience is in here too. Be patient as you learn. What is guiding you through? You know, there's something about this card where I feel like this woman is materializing. Actually, no, it's more like she's she's ending up in some other, it's just like she's kind of like transporting, like she's going into another reality. Like there's parts of her dress here that are very like translucent, and there's all these little like sparkle lights around her, really. And it's like, I feel like she's in that space because the rabbits are kind of around her, and there's one even on her head. But and her eyes are closed, almost like she's taking herself to another, I don't know, taking herself somewhere else here. I'm getting kind of like a dream state energy with this too now. Now, okay, I do feel like that though, there's some sort of lesson that you are engaged in learning here. The Sacred Ibis is your animal. You might want to look it up too and see what other information you can get out of that in terms of, you know, how it's viewed as a spiritual animal and guide for you. This is living outside of cycles. Like it's almost like giving you the capacity to not be confined to three-dimensional cycles, if that makes sense. Your reading feels like it could be going on a very different sort of avenue here. Because the rabbits are the rabbits looking? There's two of them looking up. Are they looking at her? They're like, how did that rabbit get on your head? There's something unusual here. But she is so centered. There's something about being so centered here and not being aware of what's going on outside of her. There's a point of focus that you're supposed to be on here. It's very important. All right? I'm just going to say that right now. I'm kind of feeling like for some of you, it's kind of like giving you information beyond the mundane and what you see around you. What is this guiding you towards? What is the sacred ibis guiding you towards? Oh, frick me, yeah, the soul. Wow, you got the soul card. To experience our full selves, we often go through difficult times. Not all stages are easy. Allow yourself transformation. Well, isn't that interesting for Scorpio? You are on a big learning journey right here, my friend. You are on a very big learning journey. You are unwrapping another part of you. See, that's what I mean. Like, it's like she's materializing. Is this sort of like the symbol, too, of a rebirth on a new plane of consciousness or something? Starting to experience yourself on a new plane of consciousness. You're going towards your soul. So you're also on the right path. I'll say that. You're also on the right path here. There's the strong symbolism too, right, of a rebirth. I wonder, I'm feeling like there's a specific type of cycle in life here that you're being protected from. The bunny, right? Like the bunnies also kind of giving the symbolism of rebirth with Easter, like their connection to Easter. I'd sure love to know how that came around. They nailed poor old Jesus to a cross. And then a few months later, he came back to life. And so we had bunnies and chocolate eggs. But anyways, I shouldn't say bunnies. They're hares. They're really big. But that's weird. These don't look like hares. These look like bunnies, like rabbits. Hares are really big. They're kind of beastly. And they have really long ears. Like, they're not cute and fluffy. They look very athletic, tall and strong. I don't know if that is just like something that, somebody missed here in the artwork, or there's some type of intention around that. Right? She does have very long hair. I'm just getting really caught up in the card. Maybe that's the thing. Like, it's almost like this card keeps pulling me in. It's pulling me in. But that's like, no, protecting you from that cycle. You're having a rebirth. All right? We got that. What power is the sacred ibis providing to you at this time? Oh, shit. Creation. Snake. Look at that. Shed your skin and try something new. Creation is your birthright. If you have an ailment, healing will occur. You are capable of big transformation. Well, that's really funny because this card is talking about not all stages are easy. Allow yourself transformation. There shouldn't be any kicking and screaming in this one. Does this allow the process to happen? You're coming out as somebody else on the other side of some sort of situation you're going on. You're learning a lot, though. I'm kind of wondering if you're like, when I first pulled out this card, it felt kind of like somebody relaxed, maybe sitting in the chair, looking at information, maybe, like they're kind of digging into life and seeing where they could find and what rabbit holes they could end up in. With all of this transformation, allow yourself to transform, shed your skin. Honestly, that really feels like this could be difficult. Like you're kind of the school of hard knocks experience that you're having, like almost like right now in the present. And who you end up on the other side of this is very, very different from who you were, who you are now. But this is all taking you to your soul. That's incredible. It's like a rebirth of your soul here. Song lines with orcas at the bottom. Observation, moderation. That's weird. And song lines. Moderating how much others may observe of you, or if you're moderating how much you've been observing. I want to say it could be that maybe she's sleeping. Maybe you could even be going through a stage here where you might be sleeping a lot when you're not, you know, like awake and doing and going through your transformation. But I feel like sleeping is really important here. Right? Like sleeping, you know, and if you've ever had a puppy or a kitten or a child, sleep is so important when any animal is doing growing. They just have to sleep because there's so much going on physically in the body. It needs to rest. Everything needs to shut down so that can happen. There's also something like so reversed in this energy where it's like the whales are jumping out of the water and going but down into air. They're waking her up. Or is she at the bottom of the ocean and they're jumping through? Oh, it's odd. Some of the water is coming down. I said something about dreams too. So we think of this too, right? Creation is your birthright. So you have a birthright here to create, which is kind of funny. Oh my God, Scorpio. I create. Oh, that's crazy. Is it so stereotypical that I get this so much with you guys? Or is it really like feel like your life? Like that you are the symbol of creation, of death and rebirth, because it does come in your readings a lot. I mean, honestly, it really does. And it's coming through. It's coming through today, and it's quite strong. So let's see. Animal. The animal is the sacred ibis. Wow, the hanged man. There's a bit of an observation energy here. Take a moment and really get to see what's going on around you. Take a minute here. Maybe there's something that you've missed. Everyone has wisdom inside them. Not everyone chooses to use it. I almost want to add something to that. I'd almost like to say everyone has wisdom inside them. We may choose or not choose to use that wisdom at different times, which is also interesting because you have this cycle card. Because I mean, are there people out there who are on the ball all the time? Like all the time, 100% of the time, every second and minute of their life, they're always on the ball. They're always using the wisdom that they have. They're never making a mistake. Because right now, this is time to kind of like observe and learn what's going on around you, Scorpio. What wisdom are you acquiring that takes time here? Oh, wow. Strength. Strength, patience. Okay, these are both going in a holding pattern. This is like a holding pattern energy with the Hanged Man and the Strength card. There's even a little bit of self-sacrifice here. That's funny. It's reminding me of marshmallows, which is what I think is going to happen to my neighbor's house. We've had like a truck there for 2 days now pumping insulation. And I'm like, how much fucking insulation can we put in that house? It's going to like, I picture like puffing up like a marshmallow and floating away. So, why? Oh yeah, because it's what is that thing called? The marshmallow test. Where you put a marshmallow, usually in front of a child. I might fail at it though. I'd struggle. Well, it depends. Maybe not marshmallow. Maybe chocolate. Chocolate I might. you put like one marshmallow in front of a child, right? And you walk away. Well, first you tell them, if you can refrain from eating that marshmallow until I come back, when you come back, you can have the whole bag of marshmallows, right? Like it is like to postpone gratification. It is to postpone gratification and actually get even more out of life. That's kind of what's coming through here with the Hanged Man and the Strength card. It is, right? And this is the wisdom of that. It is postponing gratification to get a bigger prize at the end. I don't know what the prize is. I don't know what, actually, really, it's fairly vague with, you know, at least this point with the cards that have come out. And be patient. As you learn strength, you learn courage, you learn self-control, grace. The Eight of Wands. Oh, see, that's movement. That's strong movement. The Nine of Cups. And the Six of Pentacles. There are all things in balance here. That Six of Pentacles is feeling like it's connecting to the Cycle card. There's something going on here. Maybe there's something that you want, something you want to fulfill. It's not the right time. That's not the right time, because you really do have energy here that is asking you to be patient. It is asking you to have a bit of self-sacrifice. It is asking you to postpone gratification. It is asking you to be courageous, have self-control. Like, yeah, it's asking a lot of you. When, too, it almost as if, like, what you really want is what right in front of you. Maybe even wanting to, I don't know, it really does feel like take it. Doesn't this, I mean, come on, the Eight of Wands with the Nine of Cups. It's like everything you ever dreamed of. I want to go to that right now. There's nothing else I want to do more than go towards that right now. The Six of Pentacles feels like it's talking to me about cycles and balance. So let's go. It's protecting you from a cycle, right? Plants can't blossom all of the time. Be patient. Shit, you have be patient twice and you have transformation twice. Let's go back to the snake, right? Because if you're trying to be patient too for something that you're transforming through, maybe you're even, you know, with the observation, you could even watch somebody else transform. You could be watching someone else transform. If you've ever wanted to, you know, if you're a parent and you've ever wanted to help your kid and step in and it's like, I just gotta just be patient. I say that to myself, Cindy, just be patient. Let him make a mess. He'll figure it out. The value of the lesson is down the road for the long term. I don't know if I really think this. Maybe I think it after I just bite my tongue. For the long term benefit of learning this lesson, it is worth the short term mess. Because it's shed your skin. Like, let's think about that, okay? When a snake is shedding its skin, it is in a very vulnerable situation. It's the skin underneath is incredibly delicate and soft. It hasn't like hardened and thickened. I don't know if thick is the right. I don't actually think it thickens. I think it just kind of maybe solidifies. It hardens. It's, well, I guess, yeah, if your skin is wet, like if you've had it in the water a long time and you pull it out and it's really soft, like if you were dragging something across it that was a little bit sharp, it would probably cut easily, as opposed to, you know, bone dry skin. It wouldn't. So whatever the hell that is, okay? So, but what does a snake do? A snake gets itself in a quiet area that is away from everything else. And maybe that's a bit of the difficulty here, because you have to, you got to hang back. I want to say too, it is watching things unfold around you, maybe even when you want to be the one participating. Because if the snake tries to go too quickly also, right, this old skin has got to get off completely. Otherwise, it's going to because once it starts coming off, it's no longer connected to the snake's circulatory system. So it's going to do like it's dead. It's dead skin. What is it going to do? It's going to start to shrink, tighten, and harden. And if it hasn't, I think I've seen pictures of snakes where they didn't quite get it off and their tail ended up getting like, I guess like a tourniquet almost on the tip of the tail of the snake. Yeah, okay. So this is like, you got to think about this. You are in a stasis, like a stasis. You're in a cycle where you're not supposed to do anything, but that feels hard. So let's go back to the cycles. Okay. The Father of Swords and Temperance. There could be a perspective or some type of a mindset around you. This needs to change. This needs to change before you do anything. I don't know. Maybe it's yours. It could be somebody else's, and that's why it's not a good idea to do anything right now. This is like waiting for someone to be smarter. Because if you get to the King of Swords, that is sort of the epitome of intelligence, the epitome of wisdom gained. It's waiting for this higher intelligence. Is it protecting you from higher intelligence? It's the way I said that. I don't know. Is it? It's weird. It's turned into a weird week towards the end. I don't know why. It seemed very like kind of cut and dry. Early on in the zodiac, it's just been getting a little bit odd as we get towards the end here. What's up with the Father of Swords? There's still that waiting. Now, okay, I want to say, how many cards do you have? Oh, it's got the Emperor. Wow. Well, that's difficult to get around. No, the Father of Swords with the Emperor. This is like the boss of all knowledge. You have the Hangman. These are all the cards here that connect for me to kind of like patience and holding back and just, observe. The Hanged Man, the Strength card, the Temperance, the Hangman, the Strength card, the Temperance card. And then you have the Sacred Ibis. We literally have be patient as you learn. And then you have the Hare card. Plants cannot blossom all of the time. Be patient. You have like five patient cards. You are in a very powerful alchemy right now. Things are broken down. They're going to be rebuilding. You also, like, even thinking of like birth in terms of death and rebirth here. If you're one of those fetuses, one of those, well, not beyond a fetus, like, or what the hell? Yeah, a baby. When do we start calling it a baby? But anyways, if you come out too early, you're going to be a preemie. And then what the fuck? Then you're going to have to go in and do an incubator. Like, it's really not ahead of anything. I kind of wonder if little preemies are like that. I'm done in here. I got to get out. I got to get out and start living. And I don't realize, it's like, well, you jumped the gun. Guess what? You're still going to go in an incubator. Like, you got to stay there. You cannot jump the gun on this, Scorpio. It's guiding you to your soul. That's fucking profound. Why would you want to jump the gun, right? Well, it can be hard. To experience ourselves, we often go through difficult times. What's the difficult time you're going through? What's the difficult time? I want to say it's probably patience. The Son of Pentacles, which is the Knight of Pentacles. It's the one foot in front of the other. It's keeping everything stable. It's just doing this today. It's doing this. It's the pattern. It's the routine. That's the difficult time. Yeah, because this is not... What transformation should you be allowing yourself to go through here? Allow yourself this transformation. The Hierophant and the Father of Cups. Allow yourself this transformation. Your emotions. There's an emotional transformation, right? There you are with the Father of Cups. That's Taurus energy with the Hierophant, which is very kind of like, right? Well, the Son of Pentacles. I don't remember what Taurus is. It doesn't matter. It's a very step-by-step methodical process. Is there some sort of responsibility here that you need to be able to be completely transformed away from? And this is on the emotional level. The key. Why is there a key? Why am I being drawn to the key? What's with the key? I just heard the key to knowledge, which is really funny, right? Because you have this to open the door. The key to knowledge, to open the door. What is the key? Shit, it is. It's realms of the intellect, something that is hidden here. Hidden information. You're figuring something. You have to figure, I don't know. You don't have to work hard on it. It's almost kind of like one of those things, you know, the less effort you try to make thinking about something, the more you get the answer. You know, if you try to remember somebody's name in a story, like, I can't remember the person's name. The harder you think about it, it's almost like the further away it goes. You're like, okay, whatever. It was that person, and and like 50 seconds into the story, you've stopped trying, and all of a sudden the name just hops in. Oh, Sally! That was their name. It's like that. It's like that. Okay. What power is this providing to you? It is the snake power. It is to shed your skin. It is to create. It is to be created. It's like, my gosh, your soul is being born here. And you're going to create with that. You know, there's something about this reading. Like the cards that are coming out are really, really quite strong and consistent with the message. And I don't know what it is, but it feels almost like, what's the term? It feels almost sort of, oh, fuck me. I can't even get the term. There's something in this reading where it just feels like, meh. That's not the word I'm looking for. It's almost like if you're expecting to go to a great big party and everything's going to be fun. And it's like, yeah, all the ingredients are there to do that. And it's like, well, it's not. It's like a really boring party. Like nothing interesting is happening here. There's something about that. Like, it's like these cards are so profound, but the energy feels so like, maybe that's the difficulty. The snake is the power it's providing you. Wow, the Mother of Cups. Okay. Because you're transforming this Father of Cups energy. Not all stages are easy. Your emotions. You're transforming your emotions. Is this to express your emotions more readily? If you do have an ailment, healing is going to occur here. I feel like your transformation is bigger than most, right? You are capable of big transformation. It's funny too, because this is all like, it's showing us the heart. And then you do get the Mother of Cups. What ailment will be healed? The Daughter of Pentacles. So, oh, but see, that's the learning stage. You are learning about yourself right now. It feels like, it does kind of feel like the path to learning is a little bit difficult. The path to learning here is a little bit difficult. No, you know, it's weird though, because when I look at this, what it's protecting you from with the cycles, the Father of Swords, the Emperor, Temperance. Well, it could be. because this is the energy that feels like, to me, this is almost like a fatherly figure or like a parental figure, a mentor or something. And it's like that energy's not there. That's the thing that's in this, that's, I think it's tricky about this. It's, you know more about yourself through struggling through a lesson about yourself than if someone else was there to help you with that. So, I mean, some of you, you could be trying to hold back because you're watching someone close to you learn, and it's not easy to watch because they're making mistakes along the way, or it's taking them a long time to figure something out. Others of you, I'm feeling like there's someone, if this person was in your life, it would make things much easier, but they're not. But that's the thing, because you are capable of really big transformation here. So, like, well, to go to the Daughter of Pentacles into what? Wow, the Ace of Swords. All-knowing. To go into all-knowing. Yeah, and this is, the Daughter of Pentacles too is also the one of experience. Like, well, when I say that, it's learning through experience. It's right, it's going into the biology lab and doing the test. It's not just reading about it in a book. It's not just looking at a video about it. It's actually practical. It's like taking some practical steps here. And maybe that's what is this. There's something about this feels very like meh, practical and meh. Like, can't we spice it up? Can't we have more fun? No. No, that's what the cards are like. No, listen, you just gotta go with it. I was gonna say you gotta go with it. You have the Six of Swords at the bottom. So yeah, you know what? God is taking you on a journey here that feels very, it feels both difficult and mundane and even boring at the same time, which is funny because it feels like where you end up here is quite profound. Like, it's almost like, imagine like a month ago, you were going to go to a party. Everyone told you what it was going to be like. They're going to have a live band. It's going to be amazing. There's going to be a chocolate fountain. All sorts of cool stuff. All the people you really like and enjoy are going to be there. And then you get there and it's the worst music ever, or the speakers are like, they're squeaking, they're screeching. And I don't know, it's almost like you just don't, I don't know, everything feels off. You had high expectations and it didn't deliver. It didn't deliver. And then, you know, maybe a month later, maybe a couple of weeks from now, you don't really have big plans. Somebody says, you know what, why don't you just come over to my place and we're going to do a little barbecue. Yeah, let's see what happens. And you go over and it's the most fucking amazing time. It's literally like you capture all of the energy and excitement, everything that you thought, oh, it's just going to happen when I'm over here. No, that's like what this reading feels like to me, right? Like it almost kind of sneaks up on you. That's how it feels. Like it almost sneaks up on you. This profound transformation that is going to occur for you here. Like this is a huge blossoming that occurs. But I'm like, even as the tarot reader, I feel like I'm conveying, like I'm taking the time at the end of this reading to kind of stress this, because even as I'm doing the reading for you, I'm like, oh, it's tough. Sometimes it's like this. Sometimes you feel like that, and that's how it goes. But no, it's actually quite profound. Like when you end up on the other side of this, it's pretty big. The cards are big. The energy is just kind of like, maybe because it's got all this fucking waiting energy. And then the Strength card, be patient. Temperance, be patient. Oh, Scorpio, I'm going to go do the extended. In the extended, what are we going to ask? We're going to ask, we're going into this deck. We're going to spice it up with this deck. We're going to go into the Witch's Oracle and the Wild Unknown Oracle. We're going to ask, what magic is your animal totem supporting you with? Maybe anything to help with patience and perseverance and standby mode. What magic is your animal totem supporting you with? What can you manifest most successfully with this magic? At this time, there are 2 options below in the description for the extended if you would like to follow me there. Thank you so much, everybody. Until next time, be gentle with yourself, Scorpio. Bye.